a struggle to deal with modernity and suffering of tourism, now to kind of a base of a highly state-fueled ideology has fallen, and the only way it can kind of enter a global situation is through the neoliberal agenda. So,
2 minutes, or
okay, so this is all these layers of staff that I was talking about before, produce these mad objects on the landscape, they produce infrastructural projects, blah, blah, blah. These are some holiday snaps of these like gas pipes, which is like around making these things. And here's some other snaps I took last time I was there, but like we've got really, what's interesting about this, like a lot of kind of assumptions about the Soviet is that it's very kind of like stark, but actually Georgia has a real set of like delicacy with the way its local designs. This is in the middle of the capital city, this like mad valley thing. And then, so we're going to go to Tbilisi. Then we're also going to go to Batumi, which is like a kind of port town that's become this weird Las Vegas, and like all these Russian tourists come there and talk about how quaint it is, but then they stay in like a fake Colosseum hotel. It's really weird. And then I guess I can't play it actually, but I'm just not going to play it. But it's oh no, not this one. Yeah, that was totally it. This hub economy. So basically, they're just upstream from this like port town come tourist site. There's like a kind of yet to be imagined space, a yet to be imagined kind of port city on the massive infrastructural project of the new Silk Road. So the one down the road, Batumi, with the weird hotels, that was a really important point on the old Silk Road. And this is going to be kind of Georgia's contribution to enter the global market on the new Silk Road. But it kind of looks like this at the moment. It's been really stunted. They're kind of pretending they've got loads of investment, but they don't. So we're kind of going to be looking at this triangle of like imagined capital, fallen through kind of port town with historical stuff that's now like Las Vegas, and then this place, we don't even know what it's going to be. Oh yeah, and then this one. Oh god. Sorry, I was taking so much time. Past projects. So I just wanted to show you some examples of past projects really whereby there's been an antagonism involved in the project touching on Rotterdam, but I think I don't really have time. So I'll just flick through. Just flick them through. But even though they're like quite pretty, it was about the project, but okay. So yeah, these all look kind of similar, whereas, I don't know, there's loads of different stuff we've done. Drawing and producing of images is really important to us. We do an image production workshop where we look at kind of the composition of oblique drawing and collage as actually having a political agenda, so that's really important to us. We also look at how that's translated into 3D form by doing kind of very rigid and regimented form production exercises, model making. And we also look at production of narrative, so this is an old project from last year by James, where he kind of embodied, for example in Venice, the local, the tourist, the immigrant and the emigre of Venice in buildings and kind of placed them, made a play where they look at each other and argue, blah, blah. We have an Instagram, why not? You can look at more stuff. And then this is me, some of my work that I'm not going to talk about, but I did a project, for example, on barricades and the architecture of dissent, where I looked at from the body scale of the insurgent all the way to kind of territorial scale, and mapping here. And this is Maria.
Yeah, and I work in practice and I have a background in both landscape architecture and architecture.
Oh, and this is a GIF.
Oh, you can't see it.
Oh, it's a really good GIF. It's like 8 layers long. And yeah, we're going to be also, because of this Anaklia place, it's like, okay, that's the last slide. Because Anaklia is kind of like an unknown and yet to be imagined space, we also really need to produce new maps of it. So as well as also object study and image production, that's kind of part of our general thing, we're also, and with the help of Mario, who's got a real history in like landscape, we're going to be tracing new maps of the site. And we're going to give time to kind of the production of not only maps as an image, but also as a politics and as a way of producing a view of a space that has an agenda embodied within it.
Okay, thank you.
All right, sorry.
Any questions?